I'd like to ask the Minister for Education and Children what plans he has to increase teachers' pay.
On the Minister to reply, Mr. Cragin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Each year, the Department benchmarks any teacher's pay rise against agreed pay rises in England and Wales as part of the annual process undertaken by the school's teachers' review body. In England, the STRB produces annual recommendations usually in late June or early July, which is then implemented, as in England, on the 1st of September. So, for example, in September 2017, the Department implemented the STRB recommendation, which called for a 2% increase to the minimum and maximum of the main pay range, and also funded the 1% increase to the rest of this scale. The unqualified teacher pay scales, the leadership group pay scales, and the pay scales for special educational needs staff. The Department will therefore, as part of the on-island agreement with teaching unions and associations, expect to fully fund whatever the pay rise is agreed in England in 2018.
Supplementary question, Mr. Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Minister, for that detailed answer. To retain a link with the standard England and Wales payment is a reasonable starting point, but with far higher inflation rates, living and travel costs on the island, is it time a supplement is considered?
Mr. Cragin.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Department has no plans to deviate from the current arrangements whereby pay is determined by the English Pay Review Body. Any break in these agreements would need to be done in consultation and agreement with the various teaching unions. None of the unions have indicated they wish to change other than the NASUWT, who represents only a minority of teaching staff. NASUWT wrongly claims we have already broken that agreement to follow England because we did not honour an English agreement made 2 years ago, which allowed a 2% discretionary increase for some high-performing teachers, which was not applied to all teachers. However, it was agreed with all the unions here at the time that we would not pay this discretionary increase to protect jobs.
Supplementary, Mr. Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can the Minister provide any reasons why teachers on the Channel Islands can only appear to be paid more than teachers doing the same job on the Isle of Man?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think the reason is they've got a higher cost of living in the Channel Islands. I think if you're looking at properties in the Channel Islands, Jersey, as we were talking to the Education Minister in Jersey only last week, starting prices for houses are around about £400,000. So that's probably why they need to get more pay.
Supplementary, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wonder, could the Minister help me here? On the one hand, we have the Treasury Minister saying there's a 1% cap on pay. In the UK, we know specifically that the teachers are being treated now in a more perhaps progressively generous sense than they have been in recent years. We also know the Treasury Minister has expressed his concern himself about teachers' pay. Taking into account the fact that the bulk of his cost in his department is effectively made up by teachers' pay, how is he going to reconcile all these things successfully without diminishing the quality of the education service? I'm at a loss. Can you help me?
Minister to reply.
Thank you, Mr. President. Part of it is that it's not a pay cap. It's part of the pay constraint within departments. Departments will look to try and make savings. As the department has done in the past, it's made savings of over £600,000 across the department to fund these pay increases. So the department will be looking at these. We do have this agreement with the unions here that we will keep pay in line with England and Wales. And it also helps for us in attracting teachers here that we've got some link there. So it is going to be a very difficult issue if there's large pay rises in other jurisdictions and we have to match them.